He needs to explain that to the general public. He's right. Donald Trump is a liberal. Yes, he needs to explain what he's talking about so people understand and they're empowered, they're informed, they're educated. We start becoming on the same page. We start uniting, which is the opposite, the antithesis of what the evil New World Order cabal and all their ISIS frontmen. Remember, they're hiding behind ISIS. No, look over here. It's a diversion. It's a distraction. Worry about this. You got too much on your plate. You can't just focus on the Federal Reserve Bank and all these illegitimate politicians who are supposed to be the government, the bureaucrats. Kick their ass out. You go duke it out, all you politicians. You pay that damn debt off. You signed off on it. We, the people, sure as hell did. It's not our debt. You figured out with the Federal Reserve who's going to pay that damn $20 trillion. Take it out of your pockets and your children's pockets in perpetuity. That's what you've laid on the general public, who is innocent, the least culpable in this mess. Just raising our cost of living. Tyrannizing us. And this is how. People got to get it, damn it. And they got to focus on the causers. The paramount, primary causers of our problems are these high-ranking politicians that have the illegitimate authority that we, the people, supposedly gave them to sign off on that loan. This is horrible. These are big, fat nails in our coffin. What JFK paid the ultimate price to these people. These are big, fat nails they've been putting in our coffin, trying to keep us down forever, murder America, which is the American people. And so they don't want us ever to be resurrected, and Trump's trying to resurrect us. Give the man a chance. Give the man a break. Give the man some slack, for crying out loud. Get off his back. He had nothing to do with Russia. Megyn Kelly over there, she got made an idiot of by Putin. See, good. And Alex Jones, I mean, you know, she's stiff-lipped. I mean, you know, I don't like, he's a little bit too critical, I think, sometimes. But I get really critical, too. So, I mean, I can be judged in that regard, too. I get hypercritical. You hear the way I talk. I get on rants, and I excoriate people and all that. So, I don't want to be seen as hypocritical, but I understand. I understand the intense frustration, the intense indignation that people feel. They're tired of it. They want the worm to turn. Okay, so I trust certain people. And I say, look, if they truly understood, they would be on one side here. The side of humanity, that's the side of the God of the Bible, the side of Jesus, the side of the good guy. And they say, yes, we must be set free. We cannot be held down forever by these evil people. Their day is coming. Their number is going to get punched. In the meantime, it doesn't look like that. They're riding high. And so they don't want to go down, and they're going to fight like hell to prevent it. They're going to do whatever they can. They're going to apply all the stops, no holds barred, balls out, and they're going to just try to fight Trump, and that's fighting humanity. That's fighting raising our standard of living and stopping this thing in its tracks. And then all of a sudden everybody's going to scream. If he succeeds at that, they're going to scream stagflation, not informing you properly on what they're saying. What they're saying is, look, there's no more cost of living inflation. And so this thing can only go two ways from here. We can start inflation again. We'll start raising your cost of living again. Okay, or we're going to start seeing it go the other way. And if the people get any kind of a taste of that over an appreciable amount of time, a taste of a rising standard of living through the reduction through an increase in the worth of our currency, a reduction in our cost of living. Okay, and they say, wow, what's causing that? Let's stick with that. Let's let nothing interfere with that ever again, because I see light at the end of the tunnel. I see a path to, full prosperity across the board, universal prosperity around the whole world, where America sets a good example for all the other nations to follow. Yes, get nationalistic. Yes, get isolationist. When your family comes home and shuts off the lights, and do they lock the doors at night? Don't they isolate? That's what we need to do. We need to isolate. We never needed China for squat. They weren't a threat to us militarily. They were vicious human rights violators is what they are. And we never needed to open trade with them until they got their act together. We said, yeah, we'll make you prosperous. We'll buy your crap. Okay, you buy our crap too, but we want you to stop doing this, forcing women to have abortions. Stop with your mobile organ harvesting, your 5,000 executions every year, your lack of free speech, your lack of Second Amendment Okay, you straighten out there, and then we'll open trade with you. We'll talk about it. But Nixon, no, he didn't do America any favor, Bob. Not in my estimation. No way. No freaking way. And what the hell did Nixon taking us off the gold standard? How did that help anything? That was another nail in our coffin. See, one nail after another has been put in the coffin of America. One coup after another. This moving of the Overton window. And people get accepted. Accept it, frog. You're going to die in there, and we're going to devour you. So just incrementally, we've done this slowly enough, gently enough, gingerly enough, to where, hey, you know, you're hardly going to feel any pain at all at the end of the day. But you're going to lose your will to live. You're going to be miserable sucking lemons all the time. And we're going to keep turning up the misery dial until it spreads and more people are miserable. And then they break, they snap, and then they're driving over the cliff. Okay? That's what they're doing, metaphorically speaking or literally speaking. Your suicides up and all this, drugs, people killing themselves. Now, heroin use, opiates are the #1 cause of death. Now, between the 20s and the 50-year-olds, #1 leading cause of death. How do you think that's not a plan to curb population? That's what they're doing. These are the Georgia Guidestones people, trying to make everybody so miserable they absolutely need escapism more than anything else. They need a shot in the arm. They got to get out of this hellhole, this crap hole that's been shoved down our throats. Now, you know, I really want to finish this tape. I got less than 20 minutes left, so I want to just quickly go into the current events and my commentary and thoughts from the past week. But I gave my apology at the beginning of the series today. But yeah, I have great respect for reporters, journalists. You know, if you're honest, you're honest. And you know what? I mean, I can't get on your case too much if you're confused and ignorant about stuff. Your head is spinning and you feel overwhelmed. I get it. That's where they want us. But one thing we got to do, we got to come out of that, you know, and we've got to. I mean, we've got to, or we're just going to keep getting more and more financial tyranny, more and more destruction of our standard of living. Destruction through the destruction of our currency by raising our cost of living, our cost to survive, our cost to simply freaking live. Okay, and this can't go on indefinitely. Anybody can, you know, figure that out. So I'm sorry about all the frustration, but folks, you know what? I've got to try to get through to people. I really do, because when I hear somebody else talking the way I do, I'll shut the hell up. Until that day, I got to keep on yammering about this because it's super important to me, you know. And my selfish motive is that, look, I want to enjoy prosperity, okay? I want to enjoy extravagance. I really do. And I believe in prosperity, but I believe in it across the board when everybody has equal access to this, because I believe that's what's deserving from birth. Like I said, I'm not going to go into how I believe the earth belongs to everybody because it's God's and we're all God's equally beloved children. So that's what I mean about equality. We've got to understand equality. That if you're not, you know, if you don't believe in equality, by default, you believe in inequality. And then you can't, you know, you're with all the people that believe in inequality. And there's people that believe in extreme inequality. So you're still in that same camp with those people. So that's why I'm always preaching equality and basic understanding of economic stuff and how it relates to spiritual stuff and our welfare. I want to be happy and free. In order to be free, I need to be free from money, financially free. And so people's answer, yeah, well, go ahead. Just make a lot of money. Be like us. Jump on the bandwagon. Can't beat them, join them. Right? I mean, that's the logic, right? And just, you know, ignorance is bliss, and bury your head in the sand, and your conscience doesn't matter because what's most important is money. Just make money and shut the hell up. You know, join the club, the exclusive club. Yes, it's going to get worse and worse. So the longer you wait to jump on our side, okay, the worse it's going to get for you. And I'm saying I'm stubborn. I'm saying I'm stubborn to death. I don't care. I don't care if I have to stay poor the rest of my life, because if this worm doesn't turn in my lifetime, whereby there is a rising tide, a clear rising tide of prosperity across the board, when we bind the wound on the collective body of humanity where it's hemorrhaging, for crying out loud, when I see that that's done, when I see no more homelessness in America, okay, then I'll say, okay, now I can enjoy prosperity. Now I can enjoy extravagance. Okay, because I want to contribute badly. I mean, I've got great contributions. I'm a thinker. I'm a dreamer. I'm an innovator. I'm a designer. I'm an inventor. And I got great stuff I'd like to lay on people, but I don't give a crap about the money. I don't want to give a crap about the money. I just care about contributing. I want to help. I want to help my peers to make their job easier, where they bless me. They say, wow, thank God this guy went, through the effort of inventing this tool. It's made my life so much easier. This is the tool I wanted all along for this project. And now here it is. Okay, that's what I want. I want to be blessed in that way, but I don't want, show me, put your money where your mouth is and pay me for what I have. I would rather not do it like that. I don't hold it against anybody that does, though. I don't hold it against preachers that need money and everybody else. Alex Jones needs money and the show needs money. I know everybody needs money, right? I get that. And, what do we really need, though? At the end of the day, we really just need a few things. We need the air we breathe, really. We need drinkable water. We need shelter, and increasingly we need energy. We don't even need clothes, really, technically speaking. But, we need energy, even firewood. If we go back thousands of years, they were still burning firewood to keep warm. So, and we wouldn't need air conditioning if we all lived near the coast, right? The coast always has its own natural air conditioning. But anyhow, I'm not going to go on about that point. But anyhow, LeBron James had the N-word written on his garage. And, this kind of thing could be a false flag. Somebody trying to, that's what we always have to consider, is this double, triple agent kind of idea where, wow, it's a setup, it's a frame-up, it's a false flag. This sort of thing goes on because it's a stupid thing to write on somebody's garage, okay? I mean, this idea of using the N-word, Bill Maher used it. I mean, you know what? Why would you do that when you know that so many people find it offensive? It's like, a jab in the ribs or something. Yeah, just what? That's satanic. That's the way I feel like all these people that, that run the world now. They're Satanists. They want to jab you with the pitchfork. Even though you're willing to go and serve, scrub their toilets and do their yard work and whatever job you do for society, you're willing to do it. But no, you got to get jammed in the roots and just boom, make it harder and harder. Just keep raising the bar, raising your cost of living, your cost to survive, and make your life more and more drudgery and difficult and burdensome. That's what they want. They want us to lose our will to live. We've got to say no to these people. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same mentality of people out there. They just sicken me. God, they sicken me. I would tell anybody, the Brits are getting walked all over. They need to grow a pair over there. And just tell their politicians, no, get the hell out of here. You're going to let in these radicals? You do all this stuff for them and they don't like our country? Get the hell out of here. You're not going to just murder us one by one. No, we're not going to have whoever you are. Okay, and again, these could all be agents of frame-ups. They could all say, yeah, I believe in Allah, I believe in Islam and all this. We don't know. It's just like people that do stuff in the name of Christianity. Okay, it doesn't matter. They're just words. Unless their actions equal the words. But if people tell you it's a religion of peace and you say, well, here it says this, it's not, well, you better clarify it. Muslims need to be very clear about what's written in the Quran, and you better do a little reformation, okay? Because the Bible says, look, Jesus is it. Anybody that comes after me, these are not the ones, okay? So I'm not going to say anything about their beliefs, about their prophets and stuff. But listen, it's just that when it comes to adapting, you're going to have to adapt to our way of life. You move into our countries in the Western world, wherever in Europe and England and in America, you're being absorbed into our culture. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to go along with it. You can do your own thing. We have free speech. You live your life freely, free religious expression and all that. But when it comes to just randomly killing people that didn't do anything, I mean, that's madness. That's demonic. Anybody can see that's demonic. You don't even know who you're killing. You might kill your own freaking relatives out there. It's insanity. It's beyond despicable, okay? And people shouldn't stand for it. They've got to put their foot down. You're going to get more of this kind of tyranny if you tolerate it. So no, I say no to terrorism. And the Brits need to say no. No more. We're not having any more of this crap. And start calling everybody and every refugee in, have a talk with them. And you're going to say, look, if you don't love it here, we want you the hell out of here. Okay? That's it. We're deporting you. That's the way it should be anywhere where people are migrating, immigrating, we're accepting refugees from. This needs to be the state of affairs. They need to be vetted properly, thoroughly. Put them down on a polygraph, okay, with a polygraph examiner. And we want to know where they're coming from, how they interpret the Quran. Because if in any way it justifies that kind of hatred toward the infidel who doesn't believe the way they do, we've got a big problem, and they need to be exiled and deported out of the Western world. That's how I feel. I don't care who it is. But if you're for living and letting live, I'm all for it. Peaceful coexistence with anybody. I'm all for it. But let's do things fairly. Let's take care of our own people first. Let's end homelessness among American citizens first before we bring anybody. I shut down all immigration.